Welcome back to Kingdom Reapers. I have seen fruit in my life from following biblical principles and biblical patterns. The Bible tells us exactly what to look for, and it tells us what God promises us, and it tells us how to apply His principles to our life in such a way that we might experience a life full of abundance. And I think that's what all of us want. I can't imagine asking someone, would you like to have abundance in your life? And their response being, no thanks, I'll pass. Most of my brothers and sisters that I talk to, they struggle with some form of fear. I'm going to show you a picture of a tree that I created. And this tree is a picture of what fear looks like. What you're going to notice in this picture is fear is rooted deep in the ground. That's the reason the trunk of it is so big. It's been going on since the beginning of time. When Satan told Eve, did God really say? He planted a seed of doubt. Doubt is a branch on the tree of fear. So you're going to see a lot of different things on this tree. You're going to see doubt. You're going to see stress, anxiety, confusion, all of the things associated with fear. When we understand that these seeds were planted in us when we were little by a variety of different people, this is not about making you feel guilty. This is about helping you realize that the root of the problem has grown deep and it's been there for a long time. When you realize the depth of the problem, that's when you understand the kind of work that it's going to take to get at the root of the problem and to change your experience in life. Because we have these issues related to fear that have grown into this enormous tree. And so what happens is, we experience something good in our lives, or we get a raise, or we get a big paycheck or something like that, and the fear levels drop or the stress levels drop. But we have doubt in some other area of our life. And so what we do is we saw off a branch, but we never get to the root of the problem. And I believe that in order to eliminate this out of your life, you're going to have to cling on to not just something else. We've got to plant other seeds, right? We've got to chop down this tree of fear that exists in your life, and we've got to chop it down at the roots. What does that mean? That means that we have to go about chopping down the tree of fear in your mind, because that's where it grows. That's where it was planted. That's where it grows. That's where Satan speaks to it and tries to water it. He waters it by telling you things in hopes of you agreeing with him. And when you agree with him, that's like agreeing with a lie, because you're agreeing with the father of lies. And so when you agree with the father of lies, you're watering and you're feeding that tree. And sometimes we want to water that tree. Have you ever been in such a place where, like, you're experiencing depression, or you're experiencing some sort of negative emotion, and someone comes along and tries to help you by saying something encouraging to you, and you're like, I don't want to hear that right now. You literally are wanting to feel bad. Imagine that. If I came to you on a regular day, just in the middle of your workday, and I said, hey, I want you to experience feeling bad right now, how would you receive that? You would reject it, right? All of us would. Well, why is it any different in any other part of our lives? I mean, listen, there is a time for mourning, no doubt about it. There's a time to mourn, right? The Bible says that. And someone passes away, some tragedy happens. There is a time to mourn. Jesus mourned with people, even though he had eyes to see in the future, all will be raised to life. He still stopped and mourned with people because there's a time to mourn. However, there is also a way of living to where the Bible also says we should have joy in all trials and tribulations, because it strengthens our faith and it makes us more persistent. It helps us grow. It is the trials and tribulations of life where we really begin to learn and grow. You learn in your failures and in your loss. You don't learn on the mountaintop. Victory does not give you lessons. Whenever you have a victory, whenever you win, what you want to do is you want to repeat the same thing so you can win again. But when you fail, whenever there is loss, you want to change something. Usually you will go about trying to figure out how to do something different so you don't lose again. That is a common, we have that desire in us. And who do you think put that desire there? That's a seed that God put there. It's called hope. It's called hope. God is the giver of hope. Without him, your hope is worthless. And with him, nothing else in the world compares. You have nothing to be afraid of. The tree of fear can't exist in the city of hope. The tree of fear cannot exist in your life when your life is chock full of anticipation and hope. What we want to do is we want to try to help you get to the place where each and every day you have great hope. You have an enormous amount of hope. And even when trials and tribulations come, because they will come, you're still going to have joy because you have eyes to see. You can see past the trials and tribulations. We want the best for you. We hope that you are blessed by the best. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.